Pull up, y'all. Pull up, man. Pull up. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it shaking for my War Eagles. Nah, man. Pull on up, man. Pull on up, man. I need the War Eagles in the building. Bring it a little closer so we can see. Right? War Eagles, pull on up, man. Hit the like button when you come up in here. Shout out your section. Right? Shout your section out. Donate gifts. All that good stuff, man. You know? There we go. 3 likes already. We like that. Go hitting that like button. Activate that like button. CW, salute, man. You know, yo, CW, you know the vibe. You are a War Eagle general. All we want now is the Eagles. Throw the War Eagles in the comments, man. That is one of the council members, the original council members of the War Eagles. Right? CW thumbnail, art and graphic designer, a Shy News Boxing LLC artwork department. Right? Yo, CW, the Motion Sickness Chronicles got these guys exposing themselves. A lot of these guys, they've been in the bushes. These content guys, they've been in the bushes for so long, right? That when you start to make transitions and growth, you expose them. And that's what we've been doing over here. We've been exposing them. Because I don't come on here every day and talk boxing. What I do is I come on here and I've been showing motion. See, the internet is set up for motionless. The internet is set up for illusions, right? I started the Ice Road Trucker vibes, right? I had to flip on these rats and rodents. Because I said, yo, if you're sitting around watching me work, that obviously means that you aren't working. Right? So now, not only are you exposed, the demonic devil has shown, look, his face. The mask is no longer on. Because if you're jealous of me for doing my job, what you should be doing a job, right? But you're jealous of me for doing my job, you are a demon, a devil. But yes, the Ice Road Truck is going to be on hold, right? But you see, that doesn't stop. I want to talk about the Ja Rule incident. 19 in the building. Hit the like button, y'all. We should have well over 10 likes, man. Did y'all see the Ja Rule incident on the train? On the plane. Shout out to my guy, Fight Night X, the Four Corners. He said that, because there's a lot of videos out. I dropped the content on it. But he said that Uncle Murder and Tony Yayo looked as scared. I don't think so. I think we're talking about guys that got money, all 3 of them in particular. Ja Rule made a scene, right? That's what he did. He made a scene, y'all. Let's call a spade a spade. He made a scene. But if you know anything about being in the airports or on the plane, if you get into any type of physical altercation on the plane, that is a federal charge. That's not like being on the subway, being on the train, being at the mall, being somewhere and getting into a scuffle. That is a federal charge now. And I think Ja Rule, yeah, they say he threw a pillow and made a scene. But I don't think he really wanted to do anything either. Because yeah, you want to go to jail? You want to catch a federal charge? right? Like I said, like I told my man, shout out to Carlos. Like I told Los, I said, yo, if he really wanted to get busy, right, he would have just kept it calm and collective on the plane. The moment they got off the plane and they left the airport, right, he would have turned up. You're not going to make a scene on the airport. You're not going to, especially on the plane. Because you know, right, CW, shout out to you. You about to make moves, brother. International moves, right? Let me tell you something, CW. When you get on that plane, when you board that plane, there's going to be somebody on there looking like this. When I say looking like this, they're going to be in plain clothes. They're going to look like an ordinary dude. But you know who they're going to be? Passenger 57. They are going to be a federal agent. A federal agent with a hammer on him. He's going to have a hammer on him. He's going to be on the plane looking like an ordinary flyer. But he's a federal agent on that plane. He was on that plane when them two was acting a fool 3. Right? If something would have popped up, they would have got locked up. And that would have been a federal charge that they got to fight, man. That would have been a federal charge that they had to fight. CW said facts. 13 in the building. Let's get the lights up, y'all. Let's get the lights up. I got a fire topic tonight, man. We're gonna talk about like foods and different foods tonight. Cause I think a lot of the food that people eat, in particular pork, kind of fucks up their frequency. Right? Messes up their frequency. Smash the like button. Get the War Eagles in the chat. We want the War Eagles in the chat, man. Now, if you follow IG, 50 Cent is undefeated. Look, I'm gonna show you something that 50 Cent posted real quick, right? Because I got both of my devices. I'm just gonna mute it. I'm gonna mute it, right? And the reason why I'm gonna mute it is because it has music. But matter of fact, I ain't gonna mute it because I don't think this is like, I think this is like an A song. This is the AI song, right? Hi, friend, I don't speak English. All right, so if you don't speak English, look, I'm gonna show you what to put in the chat. Easy Tupac, right? Easy Tupac. Just throw your War Eagles in the chat, right? Everybody that comes in here, light it up with the War Eagles with this right here, man. Especially if you are a War Eagle official. If you are a War Eagle official, right? This is the chat right here. Throw your War Eagles up, man. Throw your War Eagles up. You see what I just posted in the chat? Throw them War Eagles up, man. Throw them War Eagles up right there, man. Light the chat up with that, man. And shout out to everybody that lit the chat, my comments up with that. That's how we giving it up. War Eagles salute, man. We the War Eagles, man. We are distinguishing ourselves from all these other birds, especially the crows, the pigeons, the chickens, the ducks. We distinguishing ourselves from them, man. Eagles fly high, man. So War Eagles salute, man. War Eagles salute, man. Get your Eagles in the comments, man. Get your Eagles in the comments, man. All right, so Easy Tupac. Throw your Eagles up, right? But let me show you this. 50 Cent. 50 Cent is hilarious. 50 Cent is hilarious, right? Let me show you what 50 did, right? Right? And I told my guy Fight Night X this. I said, that nigga made a scene, man. He was trying to get off the plane. I was like, he didn't want. I said, they had him uncomfortable, right? That's why he did what he did. If he was really turned up, he would have just sat in the seat on some, all right, when we get off this plane, yes, War Eagles, throw the Eagles in the comments, man. Put your eagle emojis, CW, I see you, right? He would have, look, 50 is undefeated, man. 50 got the superior team. Look at 50's post, look. Yo, AI is crazy, look. Yo, look. Yo, 50's a clown, man. Yo, 50 and his team, they hooked that up with the AI. Yo, they had him jumping off of the plane, fam, with his parachute. Cause that's in a sense what he really did, man. Yo, that's what he did, man. There you go, CW. Salute. Hold on, let me tag that, man. Yo, CW, that's what he did. Yo, CW, you know that's what he did. Yo, if he was all the way turned up, right? Right? Yo, if he was all the way turned up, right? Yeah, he was just, let me pin CW's, what's the name, man? I'm pinning all the War Eagle comments today, man. Those are the Eagle comments. That is CW thumbnail. Yo, if he was all the way turned up, right? Yo, if he was all the way turned up, he would have got on that plane and he seen them. Yeah, he would have just kept it how it was. Like, all right, now I mean, just stayed in the seat. But he made a scene, bro. Like, you know you can't get busy on the plane. You know you can't get busy on the plane, bro. You know you can't get busy on the plane, man. Right? But he made it seem like he was gonna get busy. He's throwing pillows. Right? Yeah, he's throwing pillows. Like, come on, bro. Yo, you know how I would have did him? Look, you know how I would have did him? Right? You know how I would have did him? CW said I like the women. What's that about, CW? Right? You know how I would have did him? When he made the scene, I would have made him look crazy. I would have made him look crazy, bro. I'd have act like I didn't know who he was beefing with, bro. I'm not entertaining no circus shit, bro. We can't do nothing on this plane, bro. And you know that. And you know that, man. So why are you making a scene right now? Like, don't make a scene on the plane, bro. Do not make a scene on. All you doing is drawing attention. That's all you doing is drawing attention. Why are you making a scene? Right? You see TMZ and all them. They got that out there as mad different narratives on that. All he did was make a scene, bro. You can't get busy at no airport, especially on no plane. Hey, come on, man. That was, to me, that was the goofball activity, right? That was like, come on. But like I said, you got niggas on here thinking, oh, yo, Ja was turned up. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. And then they try to act like, what's the name of them? Edit the footage. No, they ain't edit nothing. They was calling them all kind of pussies and cowards and all of that, man. That's all they was doing, right? But he's the one that made the scene like, yo, we can get busy right here. No, you can't. You cannot get busy on no plane, homie. You cannot get busy on no plane. You would have been, look, yeah, they would have got busy on the plane. Remember the last rapper confrontation we seen on the plane? It would have ended like Jim Jones. Remember when Jim Jones fought the two dudes? And then he had to explain, oh, yo, I'm trying to... They attacked me. They attacked me. If they would have got busy on that plane, all three of them would have got locked up. All three of them would have got locked up. But hey, what do I know? CW said I like the women. I don't see none of the trolls over here, CW. He said, hold on, let me see my friends. Greetings from the Istanbul, Turkey. You don't have another girl on there. I like that shit. Another girl. I always have that. You know, when I do my female sections, when I call the female War Eagles out, they tap in. You know, he said Ja Rule. He's A love, he ain't a fighter. Man, yo, CW 50 beat him up in Atlanta, bro. 50 gave him an eye jammy in Atlanta. Stole him out. Like, they act like 50's pussy. 50 could fight, man. Yo, 50 ran on him in Atlanta. Gave him an eye jammy. You ever heard that story? Let me see if I can find that real quick. You ever heard that story, right? Right? You ever heard that? You ever heard that Tony Yayo story? Damn, I don't got my Bluetooth set. I wish I had my Bluetooth set up, because I could play it through the speaker. Where is CEO Nasai at when I need her, right? But look, I'm going to play this, right? Right? Yeah, where's it? I gotta find when Yayo broke it down. Here it go, right here, right? Y'all never seen this? Y'all never seen this? Look. Look.
Son, Ja Rule, I was black already. His shit was like this. 50 caught him already. His shit was like this. Already, nigga. Like this, right here. You see? Look. Camera got it? You got it, Cam? You got my man from overseas? That shit was like this. 50 about you caught Ja Rule already. And outside.
Yo, 50, you heard that. 50 gave my eye jammy, right? Now I'm gonna play the joint where Tony Yayo said, yeah, he got stole on and he screamed murder, right? Yo, y'all never see that shit, man? Come on, man. Yo, y'all seen that shit, right? Yeah, that's how a lot of these guys give it up, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. That's why you gotta stay away from dudes and don't let them trick you out your spot, man. Because these dudes that have you do something to them, and then, they get you in trouble, man. Right? But right here, look. He got stole on, and he made a scene. He started screaming for backup. He said, murder! Watch. What?
He beat up Ja Rule in Atlanta. Crazy, man. He said, hold on, go back to that part. What happened, man? 50 beat up Ja Rule.
Y'all can hear it, right? Look.
50 beat up Ja Rule in Atlanta. Crazy, man. He said, hold on, go back to that part. What happened, man? 50 beat up Ja Rule in Atlanta. Like, rest in peace. 50 beat up Ja Rule.
Yeah, he screamed murder, man. He got stole on. These guys really be moving like this, man. And y'all be looking up to these type of guys, man. He got stole on, right? Right? His first reaction was to scream murder, right? It wasn't to fight back. It wasn't to get busy. Listen, man. He got stole on and screamed murder, man. He got stole on and screamed murder, man. Look. I gotta find it, man. It's all $1 million worth of game, man. He got punched in his eye and screamed murder. But the shit that he did at the is this it right here? Let me see this.
What happened, man? 50 beat up Ja Rule in Atlanta. Like, rest in peace to Chaz. I know Fifth ain't really fuck with him like that. Many man, you put a slim switch side to him.
Howdy, put the War Eagles in the comments, man. Smash the like button.
Y'all street show. That's why I fuck with you. But like Ja Rule and them, we there, Chaz there. Chaz like, go in the hotel. Yeah, it was so good. All right, cool. Ja Rule there. This is
9 in the building.
niggas
Smash the
weird.
like
I
button.
don't believe you. Black child.
Shit.
Nigga fifth. KO'd that nigga. So look. Ja Rule just come in the elevator.
Yo, he got stolen. Yo, he got stolen on the screen. Murder, man. Come on, man. That's what we doing. Yo, Muhammad, what up, man? Yo, Muhammad, what up, man? He said, howdy. Muhammad, are you a cowboy? Yo, Muhammad must be a cowboy, man. Muhammad say, howdy. Muhammad say, howdy. Yo, Muhammad said, howdy. Yo, CW, you laughing, right? That shit was funny, right? Murder. Yo, I need you to drop your War Eagles in the comments. I need you to drop your War Eagles in the comments. I'm gonna send you the link. Murder. Yo, listen, let me ask you a question. If you got punched in your face, right? Are you gonna fight back or are you gonna scream murder? You're gonna fight back, right? All right, yo, I'm gonna send you the link. Yo, drop your War Eagles in the comments. Yeah, say that again. Hold on, let them hear you. Look, she knows. Yo, nigga got stolen. What happened?
Tony Ayo and Uncle Murder and Ja Rule.
Yeah, what happened? He got stolen. What happened? What he said? Murder. All right. Yeah, I told you. Yeah, how you gonna get stolen, right? Yeah, we not advocating violence, fam. But listen, how you gonna get stolen, right? How you gonna get stolen and you ain't gonna fight back, man? You gotta fight back, man. Yeah, how you gonna get stolen, right? How you gonna get stolen, right? And you don't fight back, man. Like, yo, that man got stolen and he did not fight back, man. Like he got stolen, right? Yo, he got stolen. And his initial reaction, right? His initial reaction was to run on the elevator and scream murder, right? Yo, it wasn't to strike back. It wasn't to strike back. It wasn't to get busy. None of that. Right? That's nasty work out here, man. That is nasty work, y'all. That is nasty work, man. And you know the funny thing? Yo, he said, hold on, CW, I'm looking. CW said 50 Cent done, I'm dirty all the time. Yo, 50's a real one, bro. They don't, you know why they don't like 50, man? And it's fucked up. Because he came up. They did everything in their power. And see, Irv Gotti talked about this before he even died. Yo, they blackballed and did gatekeeping shit. And it did not stop his blessings, man. He still got his blessings. And nobody, it's like this, man. When you try to block people's blessings, right? And this is the game. A lot of people do this. If you read the first 48 laws of power, this is a lot of people's mentality. They will try to stop your blessings, right? And that's what they did with 50. That's what a lot of these industry dudes did it with him. I think him and Puffy. That's why he goes so hard on Puffy. Because he still has that vendetta against all of them. Because they all, tried to keep him out. They tried to keep him out. Not only did they try to keep him out, they really tried to blackball him, bro. stop him from eating, all type of shit. But it is what it is. He still made it through, man. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Let's get the likes up. I know y'all used to the Ice Road Trucker. We taking a break on the Ice Road Truck. The Ice Road Trucker got so spicy and hot, I was exposing. Not only did I expose the boxing community, I just exposed a lot with that. I just exposed the fact that the internet is set up on being motionless gatherings. Anytime you really show real motion, they don't like that, right? That's what it's built on, man. If you know, you know. Yo, she said murder. Murder. Right? Murder. But yeah, get the War Eagles rocking and rolling. Yo, CW, I might talk a little boxing later. Because Earl Spence is back, y'all. He's back. But yo, look. I'm gonna talk some boxing later. Cause I gotta get this out of my system. Cause I already see the narratives are all wrong. The narratives are all wrong. What, you can't hear me? Incident on the train. I mean the train. Yo, the narratives are all wrong. The narratives are all wrong with this boxing shit, right? Oh, no, the sounds good, CW. That got to be your line, CW. I got it right here. I sound crystal clear. I sound crystal clear, good brother. That's your line, CW. You gotta get your shit together over there. It's not me. The joints over here is crystal clear. Look, see, crystal clear. There we go. More War Eagles in the comments. Yeah, get your War Eagles in the comments, right? But I'm gonna talk some boxing for y'all, man. Right? I want to give y'all a little bit of boxing, right? So he said, I'm done with boxing. I'd rather talk about Michael Jordan being an asshole of a superstar. Yeah, that was crazy. I did that. I did a little joint on that. I did a little joint on that because that, Horace Grant, a lot of his teammates exposed him, man. They exposed him. Oh, she sounds sexy. Don't lie to her, man. Don't lie to her. Hold on. I'll get her back on here. Let me see if she picks up. You're gonna gas her head. Watch. I'll get her back on here. Hold on. You're gonna gas her up. She's gonna be gassed, right? See? Hopefully she picks up. She might not pick up, man. Damn. I'll leave a message. I'll leave a message. Yo, call back. Look, I'm not a hater. I'm giving you your flowers. CW Thumbnail says you sound sexy. So you can call back as long as I'm on live. I'll patch you through. But hit me back, man. CW Thumbnails, War Eagle General, said you sound sexy. If she calls back, it's up, CW. Right? That's one of the War Eagle Generals, man. You're going to have her gas, and I'm going to have to shoot her down. Because after she hears that, right, she's going to be gassed. You're going to have her head like this, right? And I'm going to put her head like this. I'm going to bring it back to size, right? I'm gonna bring it back to size. But yeah, it's that War Eagle substance, man. I think the War Eagle Council, the Motion Chronicles, I just started exposing too much, right? And they don't like the fact that when I bring that up, right? How I be doing the numbers that I be doing, and they always talk about nobody watches me. Truth be told, CW, like I told you, I told Gumbo, I told a couple people, my other home girl, I was like, yo, I've been exposing a lot of these boxing dudes. A lot of these boxing dudes, not only are they weirdos, they can't even hide the fact that they got strange tendencies, bro. Right? And the more you grow and the more you start coming out of your shell as a digital creator content maker, it exposes these guys. Because these guys are supposed to all, be content makers, right? But yet, like I said, when it comes to certain content makers and content, not only do they show who they are. Look, I got some honey turkey today, right? Yo, they don't like to hit the like button for nothing, right? Yo, they don't like to share content, but they'll sit online for hours, right? Emotionless illusion groups, bro. Like, that shit is nasty work, bro. Yo, what's the YouTube boxing law? That's diabolical. That's diabolical, bro. But yet they're supposed to be boxing fans, man. Now, CW, that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for a lot of them to get up out of here, right? I'm going to drop this boxing nugget now. Because I had a couple people up in here, right? I wanted them to get up out of here. Because I know it was a lot of guys in the bushes, right? Yo, the PBC is exposed right now. And I'm going to show you how. Nobody wants to talk about this, right? But it's over for them. And when I say it's over, I don't mean it's over. They're still going to be putting on shows. They'll still be doing their thing. It's over for the fact about all that money, right? It's over for the fact about all that money, right? Yo, their biggest earner was who? Floyd Mayweather Jr. He was the king of all the back end money, right? The king of all the back end money, right? Pay attention, right? I'm giving y'all the game. I'm giving it up right now. CW, this is for you, because I know you're in here. Now, after I flip this will probably go through the roof, right? But nobody watches me, right? But this is going to go through the roof because I'm giving the real substance on this shit, right? So, Floyd Mayweather made the most money with Al Heyman, for Al Heyman. None of those guys seen the numbers, did the numbers that Floyd ever did. He's suing Al Heyman. Not Al Heyman, but he's suing, saying that, yo, the money was funny. What happened to the money? Adrian Broner has come out now. But remember, Adrian Broner, now, because I guess his situation, what he's in and all of that, now he said he would never sue Al. Al did all these things for him. But remember when Adrian Broner said that his money was kind of iffy and all this allowance type shit, right? Two. Last but not least, the biggest, shout out to EJ, he's coming back to fight Tim Tszyu. The biggest. Supposedly this fight is going to take place in Australia. Strike 3, you're out. Why does this fight have to take place in Australia? If you are the biggest, why can't it go down in Dallas? Everything else was going down in Dallas when you were the biggest. But now you got to go and fight that man over there for $3 million guaranteed, 2.5 to 3 million guaranteed. But you are the biggest. You can't fight him in Dallas for that? Hopefully y'all caught that sauce, man. And please, War Eagles, that's in here that caught that. Spread your wings and fly. Make sure when you see these guys trying to talk this boxing, the logistics, like they really at the tables and get those phone calls, make sure you mention that, man. Because a lot of things ain't adding up. A lot of things ain't adding up over there. The biggest earner, the guy that did the biggest numbers. Appreciate that, CW. I'm glad you caught that. Everybody else that caught that, light it up, man. Put them Eagles, them War Eagles. See, that's some boxing gems I just gave you, right? That most of these guys, these old boxing dick eaters, because that's what they are, boxing dick eaters, right? Y'all niggas don't make no sense. Because Floyd Mayweather made the most money, biggest gates, biggest pay-per-views, and he's old wild bread. Deontay Wilder came out, been on record as saying, yo, his back end was kind of funny. Broner did it, but now Broner said, I would never sue, I would never, yeah, because you're fucked up. You probably trying to get they told you to do this and you get a little bit of dollars, right? But you already did it, homie. You already said it. And now the icing on the cake and cherry on the sundae, the biggest, got to come back and fight Tim Tszyu in Australia, allegedly. Right? That's crazy, nasty work, man. Especially when you have the market, right? You're the biggest star, right? Pack out Jerry's World. Man Down Promotions, right? But hey, what do I know, man? Content, man. Hit that like button, man. War Eagles content, man. Yo, did you see, yo, CW, did you see my other joint? Hold on, let me see. She ain't gonna pick up either, man. They be working, man. I deal with working girls, man. I deal with working girls, man. They be working, man. They be in laboratories and doing all kind of shit, man. So it'd be hard for them to pick up, man. But she would have broke it down for you too. She knows the logistics. That CW, them niggas don't add up over there, man. They don't add up, man. Floyd Mayweather's the biggest as far as money earned and made. He's suing. EJ's coming back. But why does he have to go to Australia? He's the biggest, bro. They could turn it up in Dallas. They could turn it up in Dallas, right? But maybe they can't turn it up in Dallas because he's not the biggest. Not only is he not the biggest, they don't have the funds to put up for the fight, right? Because, yo, listen, handing out the nuggets today. Is Jerry Jones involved? Maybe if Jerry Jones was involved, that fight would be in Dallas, right? Maybe if Jerry Jones was involved, that fight would be in Dallas, right? But Jerry Jones isn't involved, right? Jerry Jones isn't involved. Let me see, hold on. I'll try one more time. He said Dev is the boogeyman. I don't think so. He ain't no boogie. He ain't no boogeyman. He's the YouTube boogeyman. yo, Malik, he's the YouTube boxing boogeyman. He ain't no boogeyman. He's the YouTube boxing narrative boogeyman. You see how far that goes. You think Shakur is scared of Devin Haney? Look, do you think Shakur? That's like saying Devin is scared of Tank. They've been in the ring together. They've been in the ring. They mixed it up for free. They mixed it up for free. You know how many rounds they put in for free? I don't think neither one of them is scared of each other. Now it's about maximizing the dollar, right? Why would he be scared of a guy? And look, I shouldn't be saying this, so I'm gonna say alleged, disclaimer, and all that, right? They're saying that he's scared of a guy that has known to put out false narratives in regards to the fight when they was trying to fight. Remember this? I'm just going to put this out there, man, because, I got my receipts out there, and I broke this down. They wanted to give Shakur $8 million. Remember, he turned away $8 million to fight Dev. He turned away $8 million, see? Remember that? Y'all remember that? Oh, he's going to make $8 million. It's going to be his biggest payday ever. Remember that? I just, it's boxing, YouTube boxing, man. That's the narrative that they need right now. But I'm a war eagle general. I don't get into the chitlin grease. I don't get into the jealous fan zone narratives. Cause I'll get on the horn and be like, yo, when are they gonna fight? How much is the fight worth? Is the fight there yet? Huh? Right? So I don't think he's scared. I just think, they trying to break the bank. How much is that fight worth right now, man? How much is Devin Haney in all actuality? How much do you think Devin Haney's worth right now, right? Since Dev is the boogeyman, right? He said it was an offer there, though, why Cure didn't take it. What offer, though, Malik? What offer? Don't, Malik, don't put bullshit in the comments. Like, what was the offer? What was the actual offer? Because we seen that before. They said that, remember, it was the $8 million, right? And that was, I think that was like an 80-20 split. It was some crazy shit that didn't even make sense. But what was the offer? What was the offer? Right? What was the offer? Who has confirmed this offer? Right? Because, there's always offers, especially on YouTube, man. YouTube boxing, Twitter, right? YouTube and Twitter are the worst. YouTube and Twitter got the most insider boxing dudes with no motion, respectfully. The most. I had the most, man. There's a million YouTube insiders, right? And Twitter X insiders, right? With a catalog of no motion. I think right now, Shakur Stevenson is so hot, man. Because what he did to Teofimo Lopez, right? Who was a credible name. He said Core and Keyshawn Davis are clout chasers. I disagree about Shakur. Keyshawn Davis, yeah, maybe. When you are a silver medalist Olympian, and now I think he's a four division champion, right? You ain't really clout chasing, yo. You ain't really clout chasing, right? Your clout is your what I like to call your source. Unified. Yo, not for nothing, until he was stripped, right? Shakur was in the bag, right? Shakur was a champion in 2 different divisions simultaneously. But then they stripped him of the lightweight in the WBC, but he had him. He had 2 belts and 2. He's hot right now. So I don't think he's clout chasing anybody. Now, maybe Keyshawn Davis, yes. Because when you look at Keyshawn Davis and his accomplishments, not really so much. as what like Shakur has. So you won't get an argument from me on that one, Malik. But when you talk about Shakur Stevenson clout chasing, you got to get out the chitlin. You got to get out the chitlin grease, brother. You been in the chitlin grease too much. He said, Malik, check the Source Experience catalog. We break it down. Remember, it's Haney era. Yeah, the Haney era. It was. But I told, CW, what did I say about that? Didn't I say the winner of the Shakur Stevenson, right? Teofimo Lopez fight, they was gonna make the plays for them, and that's what they doing. They making the plays for them, right? Not only are they making the plays now, but Shakur Stevenson dominated and beat that dude so easily. It fucked the game up, bro. It fucked the game up, man. It fucked the game up, man. He said Corbin, clout chasing Tank. I don't think so, man. Y'all listen, CW and Malik. Respectfully, Tank Davis is a non-factor right now. I think Tank Davis has been a non-factor. And you know why I say that respectfully? Tank Davis been over there, right? He been over there. And right now the PBC business is looking like fraud central, scammer central. All those guys over there, respectfully, their situations is all looking kind of iffy. Money's looking iffy. Back end money. All this shit looking crazy, man. I'll be right back, though, man. Hold those thoughts down, y'all. Yo, let's break up out of here before they try that mandatory-ish, right? Before they try that mandatory-ish. And then they be mad if I want to do Ice Road Trucker Substance. But yo, listen, man. I really didn't want to get on here and bomb on the boxing. But Malik is in here throwing out false narratives, man. And you know one thing about me when it comes to the boxing false narratives, I'm here with receipts, man. I bring the receipts to the table, man. Smash that like button, man. And throw your War Eagles in the chat. He said that live we did, we called the Haney era. Yes, remember I told you it was the Devin Haney era when he beat a green champion. No knock to him, but he was green. Brian Norman Jr. And I told y'all, Brian Norman Jr. got exposed, man. Devin Haney was too seasoned for him, bro. And with let's put this in perspective. We talking a little bit of boxing, man. I don't like giving out too much of my boxing gems, man, because I know the game is to be sold and not told, right? Right? And dudes be in the bushes always trying to steal my substance, man. Like the boxing community is a bunch of weirdos, man. They want to sit in the bushes, right? Listen to what I say, like Ghetto DVD said yesterday. They want to listen to what I say over here, and then go sit around in motionless groups for hours, trying to spin my sauce, right? But if we break down the two victories, right? We break down Shakur Stevenson's victory over a former undisputed and a 2-division champion, and Teofimo Lopez. And then we break down Brian Norman Jr.'s loss to Devin Haney. Who is more spectacular, man? Whose victory is more spectacular, man? Whose win is more spectacular? Like, who? Like, put it like this, right? Who has the bigger trophy? Who's the bigger trophy? They hunters. They both hunters. Devin Haney's an alpha hunter, and Shakur Stevenson is an alpha hunter. Who has the bigger trophy on his mantle? Was Devin Haney's trophy of Brian Norman Jr. the bigger trophy on his mantle, or was the takedown of Teofimo Lopez the bigger trophy? Who has it, man? Put it in the comments, man. We showing our range right now. We talking a little bit of boxing. Who has it, man? Put it in the comments, man. I'm gonna look in a second. I'm just trying to get on the parkway, and I'm gonna check it out. Who has the bigger claim, yeah? Who has the bigger claim? Put it in the comments, man. I'm gonna check it out. Whose trophy is bigger, man? Who has the bigger trophy, right? If you go into their trophy room and you be like, oh man, you captured him, you took him down. Is Brian Norman a bigger capture, or is Teofimo Lopez? Right? Who is it? Don't get quiet now. Look, see, when I start spewing that source venom, right? Look, I start spewing that source venom. Motherfuckers get low. They get low, man. Who has the bigger trophy, y'all? It's easy. If we going off a resume, it's not even a question. It's not even a question. Who was the bigger trophy, right? And that's what boxing is based on. Well, come on, what are you doing? You trying to go over? You's a clown. Get away from this clown, man. Who has it, y'all? Huh? It's Shakur Stevenson, hands down. Yo, Teofimo Lopez, 2-time lineal champion, former undisputed, wins over Josh Taylor. I always say Josh Kelly. Josh Taylor, Lomachenko, right? Yeah, he was the bigger takedown. Yo, Brian Norman Jr., like I said, respectfully, right? That win for Devin, yeah, it was a win for Devin to get another title. But when you peel back Brian Norman Jr., right? Everybody was so off of what happened to Dev, what Brian Norman could do to him. It wasn't because of what Brian Norman was or did. It was because of what happened to Dev. Oh, Ryan dropped him. Devin is chinny. Devin is all these things. Brian Norman Jr. took down Statue of Liberties, right? Other than that, he really never conquered nothing. He never conquered nothing. Whereas Teofimo Lopez, like I just said, he conquered Lomachenko. He conquered Josh Taylor, right? He had two divisions. He had stats, like we like to say. Stats. So there is no comparison. Yes, Devin Haney does his thing. Devin Haney has a YouTube following of YouTube motionless content narrative pushers. But when we peel back the resumes, Shakur Stevenson, what he did to Teofimo Lopez, has him with the bigger, greater trophy. Hopefully y'all catching this sauce, man. I'm cooking, y'all. I'm cooking. Now look, the good thing about this is, now when I go live later at this spot, I'm not even going to discuss no boxing. Because I got it all out right now. On the move, man. I got it all out right now on the move, man. And then I tell you the winner of Shakur and T.O., they was going to be making that move. For that these guys, is their era, is their time. Like, Dev needs another big fight, man. He needs another big fight. But not only does he need another big fight, right? He needs a name. Because I don't, like I said, I don't think Brian Norman Jr. was a big name, bro. He wasn't a big name. What it did was it gave him a third division. That's what it did, and that's good. That's always a good stat star on your jacket. But when we talking about names, right? Remember they always were saying Corden wasn't getting no names. Yo, Teofimo Lopez was a big name, man. Say the names. Like Mike Tyson said, say the names. Say the names. It's that good substance for y'all, man. Yo, I should have kept an Ice Road Truckers, man. No knock to the boxing, but see, when I start talking boxing, I don't get nobody up in here, bro. I don't get no viewership, man. You know why? Because the boxing content creators buy views, bro. They buy bots, man. Nobody's really talking boxing, man. And the people that are really out here talking it, that's all they doing is sitting around talking it. It's a long ass light, y'all. A long light, y'all. Yo, my show last night, CW, you still in here? Yeah, that joint we did last night was fire with you and True Light. Yo, True Light was in there. Right? Yo, the War Eagles is growing, man. That's why I got to branch up and do content like that now, man. And that's what we working on. I think I'm gonna rock my football jersey tonight, man. What y'all think? Y'all think I should break out one of my jerseys? You know, I got the football jerseys too, man. But see, I was hoping that the Patriots had a chance of winning, because the jersey I got is like, it kind of could go with like a Patriots jersey. But I think I might wear my jersey tonight when I record. 5 in the building, man. Hit the like button, man. Likes are free, man. He said the Devin fight didn't move the needle. It didn't. He didn't. Yo, look, like I said, respectfully, Brian Norman Jr. really wasn't. He's not that accomplished, bro. See, all the the chilling grease, right? The chilling circuit, the jealous fans, they all was hyping that shit, man. But like I told you behind the scenes, CW, I was like, yo, he's gonna get smoked, bro. Cause I said you was you was getting caught up with this shit. I was like, yo, bro, he's not on that level right now, bro. He's gonna get smoked. I was like, yo, he's gonna get smoked, man. So don't like. It's like, bro's not that on that level right now, man. They selling it and talking all that. Oh, knockout artists and all. Yo, he's not gonna knock Devin out, man. He's not gonna knock Devin out. And then we watched it unfold, bro. Yeah, we watched it unfold. But like I said, boxing is now, it's all about trickery. I think I'm gonna rock my football jersey tonight, y'all. I'll throw the football jersey tonight on. Super Bowl just went off, right? I gotta market my merchandise, man. Yo, somebody asked me why I didn't post the Jihad Tucker thing, cause he's not getting the fight, bro. He's not even getting that fight. That somebody else got that fight already. That's why I didn't post it. That's where I'm at with posting and reposting. I don't. If I know, if I feel like something ain't like valid, right? He's not getting that fight. They're not giving him 500,000. Somebody else got that fight. That's why I didn't share that content. I didn't repost it. Because he's not getting that fight. He's going to be fighting at the Paramount, right? At the end of the month. He might get a date at the Paramount, downtown Huntington Village. That's why. Somebody just texted me. I seen the text on my phone. That's why I didn't post that, man. He's not. Look, this is boxing, bro. When they offered him to fight, this is how this works, right? Yo, they offered him to fight. When he came back and wanted more money, they did like my cousin Buddy McGirt said. They said, all right, we'll get back to you. They gave the fight to somebody else for even cheaper, and that person's gonna take the fight, and that's what happened. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. That's boxing. That's how the game is, y'all. If you know, you know. But he had to fight, man. He had to fight for the belt. That was his opportunity to get a title. He had to offer first. See, sometimes, right? Not all the time, but sometimes you gotta just gamble on yourself, man. Especially if you know you 100% sure. But I get it though, it's boxing. You never 100% sure. But if you know, right? I had this conversation today with somebody. I was like, yo, you never know. You can't. I can't tell somebody, oh nah, you got to just take that. Nah, if he's not comfortable with that, that's him. He's his own man, right? But my whole thing is this. What I say is this. If you take it and you win, you got to hold that now. You got to tell him, like, now we go back to the table, I want this. And you owe me this because I fought for this. And I felt that I was so underpaid. You feel me on that? He said I was spot on. Yeah, you were spot on. We were spot on, CW. You are a War Eagle. You are a War Eagle member. You are part of my tribe, bro. We were spot on. That's why I walked you off the ledge. I was like, yo, Don't fuck with them clowns. They clowns. They don't know nothing about boxing. Yeah, they are. Yeah, look. Yeah, they are programmed crows. Yeah, they're programmed crows and jealous fan haters. They don't know shit about boxing. Only thing they know about is views. If a motherfucker does views and has a whole bunch of other crows around them, they're comfortable with them, that makes you valid. That don't make you valid. Yo, experience, stats, receipts, stamps. That's what makes you valid. That's why I said what I said. I said, yo, somebody is getting exposed, man. I was like, somebody is getting exposed, man. Just like, yo, look, just like with what's today, right? Yo, didn't I tell you, right? Oh, yeah, and it's a lot of these niggas still online right now. They need to pack their channels up. Didn't I tell you, CW? Please put your War Eagles in the comments after you hear what I'm about to tell you. Yo, didn't I tell you, right? I think we talked before the fight. And I text you before the fight. I said, yo, Shakur Stevenson is going to, and he will smoke this nigga, man. I said, it can't be close, right? Yeah, I said, CW, it can't be close. He has to smoke this nigga, man, to make a statement. And what he go out there and do? What did he go out there and do? Especially after you had so many content creators that sit around talk boxing for hours and hours. They had this a 50-50 fight. A lot of these guys had Shakur even losing. Yo, let alone he barely lost a round, but they had him losing. CW, remember that? They was like, oh, he's gonna lose. Yo, he's gonna lose. Man, he went out there and embarrassed T.O. He made T.O. look like a club fighter. He made him look like a club fighter, bro. But I told you, I was like, yo, he gotta bust this nigga. He gotta smoke this nigga, man. And that's what he went out there and did. And now, like I said, they trying to push the YouTube now. Why would Shakur Stevenson be scared of Devin Haney? Why would he need the clout chase off of Devin Haney? Shakur is up, bro. Shakur is that dude right now, man. Now, Keyshawn Davis, that's another story, bro. Keyshawn Davis, yeah, he may be clout chasing. But Core, nah. That's a terrible narrative right now. Y'all still can't believe we still got a lot of this snow out here, man. Yo, we still got so much of this snow, y'all. Damn, man. These niggas about to have an accident. They about to have an accident, nigga. Oh, man. Damn. Jahad Tucker, I don't blame Tucker for asking for more. Yeah, he know that's what he wants. That's what he wants, man. He's his own man. He's his own man. But listen, we'll do part 2, man. Salute to all my War Eagles that were in the building. You know, this was emotion talk. We got the boxing out. My topic tonight won't be boxing, y'all. Hopefully I'll get more War Eagles in there. I will be at the studio, right? After I pick up my daughter. I got to pick up my daughter. I may do like I did last night. Remember, I was in the gym for a little bit, right? But salute to everybody that came through, man. War Eagles up, man. Keep dropping those eagle comments, man. The eagle comments, the eagle emoji comments, man. Source experience, you know, you do have options.